something for social media. Can we do like a
BTS?
Yeah, social media.
BTS. I'll give you my phone, but that's my script. You get what I mean?
I would have given my phone, but that's why I'm using to my
Yeah,
answers.
that's my script.
Sorry,
Tito.
what are the talking points?
So he's gonna.
You don't even. You guys don't know.
He's just going to eat us
Me
with
and
it.
me and Richard,
So
we obviously
basically-
revise,
But then that's the whole point. You get me?
Catch you on our way.
It's unfiltered, but at the same time, it's
But
good.
that makes a
No,
great
you're gonna be
conversation.
good. You're gonna be good. Honestly, you don't have to comment on every single
No,
thing.
it makes a great
I'm gonna have to catch
conversation.
on someone.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to talk on
No, you don't need to rehearse. Honestly,
You don't need to talk on everything.
3, 2, 1, go.
Am I looking good with this? Yeah.
you're looking like a dad.
Picky blinder.
Hosea's father.
Hey, hey,
Hosea's father.
hey, hey,
Hosea's father.
hey.
That was jokes. That was jokes last time.
It shines so bright. A bond of faith in the darkest night. All about Jesus, our guiding light. The truth between us makes everything right. We walk the narrow road.
Guys, how are we doing today?
We're doing good.
It's good to have you again, Taj and Richard. I can see we have someone new today.
Yeah.
Who that?
Today we have the lovely Paulden with us.
Thank you. Hi guys, how are you doing?
How are you feeling? You excited to be in the second episode?
Yeah, I'm good. Welcomed by the two hosts. But yeah, it's an honor to be here.
I feel like I can see Powden feeling the pressure
Yeah.
because the topic we're about to dive into
Hello.
has him,
Pressure.
sandwiched between two,
Married folks.
not so single folks. So
Hopefully this one will get him a wife.
Whoa.
Maybe
Take
from
that.
this podcast.
okay.
Who knows?
He'll find his
Nah,
wife.
always
If
knows.
you're out there, please. My brother right here is
We have
looking
a
for a
brother.
wife. Yeah, he's looking for a wife.
Don't pressure my brother.
Take time.
But anyways, today we're exploring the topic of why is everyone getting married.
Yes.
Last week we were talking adulthood, and this one builds nicely on the top of it. It seems like every next post that you see on Instagram now is an engagement. Oh my God, I said yes. I said yes. Like, how do you guys feel whenever you see those pictures, videos, and all of that? How does that make you feel? You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I think marriage, or the concept of marriage, has become glamorized now. Not for the right purposes, per se. And I think it has to do with the celebrity world. They're glamorizing marriage. So everyone's trying to jump on this trend. And also, these engagement parties that are looking like they cost 10K, is what's glamorizing it. Everybody wants an engagement party, but they don't know how much.
Pressure.
The pressure. I feel sorry for the guys, Obviously, us ladies don't have to, do all that, but I do think it's 100% glamorized nowadays on social media. What's your thoughts, Richard?
Everybody's just, I want to get married. I think a lot of people, I don't know, I can't speak for the ladies, but at least from what I've seen, most people just want to get married for the wedding, not for the marriage itself.
Word.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I think because of social media, like she said, I said yes. When will someone's son say yes? When would I say son? Yeah, you say yes to someone's son too. I'm like, nah.
Pardon?
Pressure.
I was about to say Powden. I feel like you guys are talking a lot, and Powden is like, I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
just taking it in because I want to know the angle it comes from the older generation. But, for me,
I'm
anyway.
23. How's that old? Please.
Don't be deceived
I'm
by
correct.
this. I'm young at that.
Wow.
23 years old.
But yeah. What do you feel about social media being flooded right now about weddings and all of that?
To be fair, personally for myself, I would say I don't mind it, but I don't pay attention to it anyways. But it's only because I feel like you find what you're looking for on your socials, what you really
Word.
because that's what's gonna come up on your feed. So
Yeah.
if you're always heavily into that, you're gonna see a lot. For me, I I barely see it unless it's, let's say, when the girls see someone they follow, like the influencer or whatever, that's when they post, that's when they'll come across. But for me, barely, I don't really see it much.
Do you know what? I do think it's glamorized more by girls than guys. I think it's the girls.
I think marriage generally, yeah.
It's mainly the girls. Ladies tend to jump on it a lot more.
To be fair, I'm excited about marriage though, personally.
Yeah, I'm saying guys are excited. Yeah, guys are excited to start marriage. That's obviously that's fine. But I'm talking about like it being glamorized, the wedding concept, all of it. I think, like Richard said, that's what everyone's looking forward to more, the wedding than the actual
marriage itself.
The actual, I guess, effort it takes in a marriage. Marriage is hard work when you look at it. But people females, they look forward to the big day, looking glamorous, looking all of this. And I think, like I said, it's just females that's glamorizing this. And also, you have loads of celebrities that are, Jennifer Lopez is one of them. How many weddings has this lady had? But she's had so many weddings, and you have all these girls that watch you go, oh my gosh, like I like that dress. I can't wait to do you know what I mean? Yeah. Girls in general, we love weddings. We can't wait to plan our own wedding. But I think females nowadays social media is giving them the sort of big-headed wedding hype.
Okay, just a quick one. Just one of this answer. I can't say it would be all three for one person, but it could be. But just choose the strongest one. What would you say is your earliest or strongest desires about marriage? Of course, there's two of you that are married and one that is, anticipating. Would you say it's more like a fairy tale dream, a practical need, or would you say it leans more towards like a spiritual calling?
That's an interesting one.
I'll be honest. Yeah. Until I think I find the one and all of that, it's a fairy tale thing for me.
Word.
Does that make sense? Because I haven't started to do any of the talking, the whole being together. Not like about being together with someone, actually building something towards it. So at the moment, it's something I want to get to, but there's a lot of stages for me to get there. So that's how it is. So.
Word.
You going?
Oh, okay, I would say basically, just repeat the question one more time.
Would you say your earliest or strongest desires towards marriage was a practical need, a spiritual calling, or more like a fairy tale dream?
Okay, I think for me personally before, I'm like, I did not, maybe when I was growing up, I said, maybe I want to get married because that's what folks do, they get married, blah, blah, blah. But I think as I grew older, I was like, nah, I don't just want to get married. I just, let me take a pause on it. I need to understand why I want to get married first. Because it's almost the same with other areas of my life also. I like to ask the question, why? Why am I doing this? Because if I don't know the why, then I might as well not do it really. Because, I don't know. So I think it was just questioning the why. And I had to sit down on my Bible scripturally and understand, okay, why did God actually create marriage? Why do I need to get married? Because as a Christian, I'm living my life bound by the word of God. So I need to understand, okay, from God's perspective, why do I need to get married? Why if I want to get married, why should I even consider getting married? And what are the things marriage entails? Like, what are the things you will meet in marriage that you need to prepare yourself for also as well? So those are the kind of things that I kind of played around with. Yeah.
I think for me, it started off as a fairy tale dream.
Okay.
I don't know what female wouldn't say it was a fairy tale dream, if I'm honest. So I think it did start as a fairy tale dream, but coming to know God, I'm laughing because he pointed at Chido. But coming into a relationship with God, you start to see the spiritual aspect of a marriage a lot more. So I think it does those two kind of, I do love the fairy tale aspect of it, getting married, the white dress, all of that. But then after all that is done, that's a day, that engagement lasts a day, that marriage lasts a day. That ceremony or whatever lasts a day, but the marriage is forever. And the work that goes into the marriage after that is no fairy tale. It's hard work.
Yeah.
So I think, it did start as a fairy tale, but as you're going on into it, you start to realize the hard work that comes with it. We look at couples who've been together for 30 years and they say, oh, we've been 35 years married. I go, whoa! But you don't know the 35 years of hard work that's gone into that marriage. It's not easy. So I do enjoy marriage. I do enjoy the hard work in it. And I do look forward to more because it's character building as well.
Oh, yes.
But yeah. it's partly fairy tale, partly spiritual.
I think
but
I like the
guess
point you
maybe-
mentioned actually about character building. And when I was actually studying also about why one of the reasons for getting personally why I need to get married also, or why I should get married, it's for character building, because there are some things that you think you can handle at the moment, right? Until when you are living with somebody and you're like, nah, I can, and then God start working on you and start shaping you to become a better person also.
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
And I think it just mirrors the relationship between Christ and the church, ultimately. And it's towards making you a better person.
But sorry, go on.
Sorry, but yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything wrong though with just having the whole aspect of wanting the wedding to be so big? Because like I know, well, from what it sounds like what I'm hearing from the married guys. Because I feel like because you've done the wedding, you're sort of taking away the aspect of like it being like the wedding also needs to be a big day. Because for me, as we look forward to that day, then whatever comes on after, we take as long as it goes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it doesn't necessarily mean that you shouldn't look forward to the day or making it big, but it's just not losing sight of the fact that there is a marriage after the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, I have
yeah.
something for, and this is mainly targeted towards Powden, and it's, do you feel some sense of, well, as a Christian, do you feel a pressure to settle down, or to avoid casual dating, like at a certain age?
So what, when you say casual dating, just like dating different, or just dating?
Basically, just dating to know the person, not necessarily, every single person, a female that comes your way is the one.
Yeah. Wait, what's that? But anyways, yeah, so I get what you're saying, but personally, me, for myself, because I'm going to speak for myself, I don't really feel the pressure of having to, date or to get married at a certain time or whatever. But just because I think it's just the personality that I have. But of people around me, like some of my friends, they tell me that they feel the pressure. But then that's just because maybe in families and people around them are getting married fast. And they just think they're behind schedule. And social media might make them feel like that. But I just think growing up in the church or the people around me, I just always think God's timing is perfect. So I don't really rush myself. So when it lands, it lands.
But you know, I don't feel like guys normally do feel the pressure though, if I'm honest. Like, they don't have a body clock. Like, I think women are normally feeling more pressure to get married because you don't want to be 30 getting married when you want to have kids. You know what I mean? We have a body clock that will run when we're not all Sarah. We can't have women here like babies. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So we have a body clock. So we're rushing to get married. Yes, because we ain't got all day to be sitting down doing this all years. Yeah, please hurry up. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a fair point, to be honest. But it doesn't mean that most guys still don't feel it. But I hear you when you say like the pressure actually is more on the female side. Because I think even generally, even in an African family setting, your parents will tell you, okay, when you're going to school, don't date, don't do blah 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 blah. And when you're done with school, I'm like,
Go and get married.
Go and get married. And I'm like, do you want me to perform magic? You told me I should not date when I was in school, and now you're telling me to go and get married. Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Do you know? I think maybe firstborn sons will feel the pressure more in an African household because they all African parents want that big siesta, as you guys call it. Yeah, they all want that big siesta. They want to celebrate their son. And I feel like African parents as well, they love the big party, showing off their kids and doing all of that. So when the first son gets married, like it's going crazy. But once you get to like the second, third son, I don't think they care as much with the weddings. But
well, I refuse.
But you know what I was gonna say as well, to your first question, when we talked about fairy tale or whatever, I do think, you know, the guys look forward to weddings more because of the sex that comes after.
Whoa. Wait, do you know, hang on with that because
okay.
me to my next question. So you actually just said that to me really quick.
I honestly think, especially Christian boys, have been sorry, they've been lying if they tell you that.
Let's hold on with this first. Because this was bringing me to my next question. You know? I was speaking to someone maybe over a year ago now, and the person said to me they have a friend, and that friend, when they asked them, Christian sister, they asked the girl, what's she looking forward to the most in marriage? And she was like, the sex. and it's almost created, and I've seen a lot of people getting married. I've seen people getting married at the age of 21 as well. They haven't even lived life at all, but they're like, I mean, I love this girl, blah blah blah, and then I want to get married. So,
Take your time. Take your time.
I think I have an answer to your question.
Sex is often, discussed primarily within the confines of marriage in the Christian setting. Do we think that the desire for that physical intimacy, or to finally taste that forbidden fruit, as some people would describe it in Africa, do you think that plays a big role in that extra bit of desire and pressure for Christians to want to get into marriage?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Well, this is how I would look at it. See, okay. Again, most of the time when, personally speaking, when I'm faced with particular situations, let's look at what the Word of God says. That's like the principle. Number one, God created sex. It's good, and God wants you to enjoy sex in the confines of marriage. But if that is if that's one of the main factors driving you into marriage, it's just like the same ideology of having a glamorous wedding. That's just the same thing.
But you're saying it, but it is what's driving a lot of
No,
Christian marriages.
100%. I agree that it's what is driving a lot of people into marriage, but it shouldn't be, really. So
I think it drives guys more than it does women.
You're very right about Christian brothers. Let's not, because we know
guys more than it does women.
You know what? Let's
I
hear
100%.
Nah.
Let's hear Powder now,
No.
because I think it's the brother
I
here.
personally think, we might say it's guys the most, but it's only because guys talk about it more. It's not so
Women
much
talk
girls-
about it?
No, out loud. Let's be honest.
We talk about it with our girlfriends. Come on. Yeah, what do you not think we're doing in the bathroom with someone going to apply our lipstick?
Wow.
Wow. We don't know. That's what you don't talk about now. Sorry.
Sleepovers, what do you think we're doing?
But then how do we balance this the biblical teaching on purity versus the human desire, which is not a curse, it's a real desire. How do you balance those two in this?
So one of the fruit of the spirit is self-control. To be honest, because this is the point. We are eager for sex. Before, that's one of the reasons that is driving me into marriage. You have sex, you go tire. That's the point. At the end of the day,
a single brother,
At the end of the day, that's it. At the end of the day, that's it. But the point is, if that's what is driving you, it's wrong.
Yeah, true.
It's
it
wrong.
Really is. It's sad.
Because, for example, what if immediately you get married now? God forbid, your wife got into an accident or in a coma, and now you have to say, but I got married because of sex. So what will now happen to the marriage?
This is where we're at now. Is where marriages, you find that Christian marriages are now failing because people are going with the wrong mentality.
Exactly.
So people are going with the mindset of sex, but then later on, and the thing is as well, you find that. You don't know, you're going with this mindset of sex, you never had sex before, you married this person, and now they don't want you to touch them. You don't know what they faced before, if they've had any trauma before when it comes to those things. True. And then you're having issues in that marriage because of sex, and then you're now not going to talk to your wife, or it's going to cause risk between your marriage because that's the mindset you went in with. But I do believe a lot of Christian men nowadays, because it's the forbidden thing for so long, you look forward to it because of that reason. And even those with the right mindset as well, who does go into marriage knowing that it comes with its issues and stuff, and you're ready for each and every bit of marriage, they still low-key have a lot. You know what I mean? Like,
I think everybody has the desire. To be honest, most people have the desire because some people are Apostle Paul. So most people have the desire, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just taming that desire to come out until the right time. Like, really.
I think it stems from as well, the church community doesn't speak about it too much.
Thank you.
And I think this is where it stems from. So
what
you have is you come in church and it's like, no, we don't talk about this. We don't, it's not a topic of conversation in church. And it should be, especially for once you reach the connected age, I believe should be learning about safe, obviously safe sex and when you should be having it safely and stuff like that. But it's not spoken about. So then you have people who go to secular schools and you have the secular world teaching you about sex.
They're living
Then
this
that
fantasy.
desire grows even stronger because you have friends who are having boyfriends in school
And they're telling you that,
you
yeah.
about their personal life of because their parents clearly are not watching their day-to-day and they're walking around doing all these things, and then they come and tell you, and you're building up this desire in you to have this thing, and then you're now pressuring or rushing into marriage for this thing, and then your marriage fails because you haven't been taught. Where we should be taught this is in the church first or in our godly homes before we're going out into the streets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I
It's
hear
important.
you. I hear you. And I think these conversations need to be had more because there's been too many conversations that we've had in several ways, and you realize that people desire that fantasy idea of intimacy, but not really understanding what it takes. I mean, I used to work with the mental health. I say work more like volunteer with the mental health support in the past, and we've had situations where people have had failed marriages, for instance, just because their biology almost it makes the sex painful, and for them it doesn't seem as desirable as what they had fantasized, and this has ruined a lot of marriages. And conversations, as you said, like this are things that make sense. The pardon you have thoughts.
I had a little as we were talking about it, as it said, some things might lead to more failed marriages, right? But isn't that why, for example, for the single people, as I'm talking, that's why we should try to keep it sex before marriage, like not do sex before marriage, because you end up trying to have comparisons to your like subconsciously to your wife. So you might not even think like that, but when you get there, you might start be like, oh.
Wait.
In the
Did I get you
post-problems.
wrong? Sorry. Not have sex before marriage. What did you say?
I think I get what you're saying.
So
like,
don't have
if
sex
people
before
have
marriage.
sex,
Oh.
if people have
do you think I
sex
said?
before marriage, they have the notion, they have the tendency of comparing their
Yeah.
previous sex partners
Yeah.
with their wife, consciously or unconsciously.
Okay,
Yeah.
I agree with that. But then you also have, again, Christian men who are going out and watching pornography and they're comparing their wife to what they're seeing in these
Can be
videos.
women too, though.
Okay, yeah. Well, let me not generalize the same men and women. Sorry, men and women. You have again, like I said, it comes back to the church teaching our people about this first, because then you have Christian people, godly people going out into the world and watching pornography and having this mindset of what sex is in their head, and then they go into marriage and expecting to do all the stuff they saw.
I think it's even beyond. Pornography is even too far fetched. Some of the movies that we see,
Yes.
some of those scenes, and that's why the Bible always says, guard your heart with all diligence. You might just watch a little, it doesn't hurt. It's something is building inside you already. And so, as much as possible, guard your heart.
I think
lock it.
On this particular topic, I say I was in Kenya recently and there was a poster of a massage parlor. I do like a good spa. It says spa. But tell me why the
I'm sad for this story.
Tell me why the picture of the spa was like people trying to give you a happy ending or something. Immediately I'm like, no. But then the thing is, people will pick this up all the time. So people will pick this up all the time, and it's going to register in their subconscious of what it's enticing about a woman, and they begin to build that picture of what the perfect partner should look like. But then this is part of the conversation, trying to really just explore it from our perspective. So viewers, if you have thoughts, please do share it in the comment as well. Moving on, I did share a video on the group chat recently about a guy that was talking about how he'd never, he fully advises people not to
Pray with the person.
With
the person
Oh.
they're
their
dating.
partners
Yeah.
during the dating stage.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about that? What is too much, and what are you talking about? You can't pray for me? Like, what is your boundaries when it comes to that idea of praying for your partner? Well, I say partner, but pray for someone you're dating.
Pray for or with.
I think you were saying praying with, wasn't
Okay.
it?
So
I was like,
praying
pray
for.
for is different. Like,
I think
got
praying
praying
with,
one.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think there's any. Okay, I think if you're dating every week, that's a different story. Like if you're dating every week, you're clearly not ready to settle down. Like, do you know what I mean?
Wait,
Like,
dating every week, as in
if you're constantly changing partners frequently,
that's crazy.
Every week? That's insane.
as in, okay, let's not say every week, but if you're
50,
changing dating partners
yeah.
frequently, you clearly have a
Do you know?
fam.
Let's get it from a Christian perspective. Let's say the person, let's say for the past few months, they've been seeing the same person.
The same person, okay.
But now they're praying together. They're proper kabashing together.
My God.
Where do you draw the line with spiritual intimacy?
Sorry.
I think the first question is, why are you praying together? Like, no, what is the main reason why you are praying together? What is the main reason? And another question is, where are you praying together? It's very important.
True,
Why
very
and
true.
where? Because
The thing is, I don't see anything wrong with it if there's boundaries set.
There has to be boundaries,
There
yeah.
has to be boundaries.
100%.
Okay,
If
can
you're
I
praying-
get an example of a boundary?
if you're-
'Cause, like, what boundary would you pray and why would you not pray on? If you had one.
When I say boundaries set in terms of like you're not in the same room together, sat in a room by yourself, like having Bible study, like that's not. Do you know what I mean?
don't
That's the
tempt the
same as
devil.
Netflix and chill at this point. But when I say boundaries, like not being in the same, obviously, know your own, know what you struggle with. If you like, obviously, we'll be talking about men struggle certain things or women struggle certain things. If you know you struggle certain things, I wouldn't go and sit in the same room with this person for an hour to go do Bible study. The devil knows where to show up. Yeah. So I think that's one boundary I'll personally set. But I don't think there's anything wrong with, and it wouldn't be every day. I mean, once a month, let's say come together and.
But I think the main problem isn't like being in the same room, but like I think it's the spiritual bond aspect because you can be FaceTiming and still praying, but spiritually in the spiritual realm.
That's
Yeah.
why I said. That's why I said
True.
number one. Why are you praying? Right? Why are you praying together?
True.
Like, and again, this goes back to when you're dating. Why are you dating? Are you dating with marriage in view? Right? Once you guys already know that okay, you guys are getting married already, then okay, you can start. Maybe the reason why you are praying now is you are praying for your home. You are making God the foundation of your home. Like those are probably the reasons why I would say okay, yeah, you guys are praying together and things like that. But if you guys are not serious about marriage, why you guys praying together?
So can I ask you,
Why are you even dating really?
Did you and Ori
Yes, we did.
pray together before
Before we eventually got married, yes. But we knew we were going to get
before
married.
engagement?
No, before engagement, I don't think we prayed together. Before engagement, I'm not sure.
He knew before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Because I was
we
gonna,
prayed
me and
together
Manny,
before.
we did pray together. We did pray together before, obviously, even before engagement.
I'm not
But
sure. Did
I
you-
already
I'm
knew
not
like
sure.
I was gonna marry him. So I
Yeah.
guess what Richard is saying.
Yeah,
if you
but
know,
how-
if you know
I
that's
work
the
with
No, that's the point. Like, if you are going to date, why am I dating? I'm dating with marriage in view. Like,
Yeah.
so.
But I got a question right
Go
now
on.
because personally, I've spoken to girls, and then but when I date as well, I don't date just thinking I'm not gonna marry them. I date to marry. So it gets to a point where you date and then you start actually taking it taking it seriously. So in them times, of course you think, yeah, that's gonna be like the love of my life, whatever. That's the
I
one.
hear you.
So is there a certain point where you actually start to sit down and then say, oh, this is we're praying for this, for that? Because now I'm single, obviously, so that didn't work out clearly.
I think you can know when something's leading to marriage at a certain point. I don't know, I speak for myself. I think
I thought I'd get married. Then.
I personally, for me, I don't know, Richard, maybe you can take it, but I personally knew where my situation was leading. So I knew that us praying together wasn't anything, do you know what I mean? Like, I knew where it was going. So I think because there's obviously you thinking it's serious, but you can tell if another person isn't serious.
I think when I asked Ore out, I told her directly that I was going to marry her. Like, legit from the start.
I have one follow-up question,
maybe I
which
wasn't
leads to
ready.
my next thing, which is about checklists. Christians have this perfect checklist in their head of, oh, this gentleman, this woman has to meet this certain thing. There needs to be prayerful. There needs to be this. There needs to be that.
Prayer machine.
And it's almost
I
like
don't-
there's this mindset of
I don't like.
this person I'm dating because I want to marry them
Yeah.
without really getting the chance to, as we say, date and really get to know their flaws, you'll be surprised you in the same bed with someone and you hate the way they snore, and that could be a big thing for you.
Why are you not joking?
But then most Christians have this perfect checklist that if this person knows the Bible, if they do this, they are the perfect thing. Do we think that this kind of clouds our real sense of building an organic relationship?
I think it does.
I think it does. 100%.
I think it does. It does represent, and I think this checklist thing has come from the world. If I'm honest, because you have a lot of worldly girls that are, my man has to make how many figures? 7 figures. He has to do this.
He has to be.
And
He
now
has
you have
to be. He
Christians
has to be
jumping on the back.
6 feet or 7 feet tall. Are you marrying Goliath?
It might not even be the physical sort of.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm
The
saying,
reason why I said physical sort of short men have suffered. No, short men have suffered.
Pardon,
no, it doesn't have to.
Are you short?
Nah, don't worry, darling. I'm 6'5".
No, I'm not saying it's
Because you hear a lot of
physical.
stuff. It's not my type. It's too short.
He's too short. He's too this.
like,
Yeah, this is
you're
what I'm saying.
vain.
It's from such a worldly point of view. This checklist thing, because we have girls in the world who are, my man has to be this, my man has to be that,
but-
and then Christians have adapted it to now where they're going. My man has to be a prayer warrior. My man has to do this. My man has to do that. What do you bring to the table?
No, but I don't-
Are you a prayer warrior?
No, but I don't think that's bad though. Personally, only because God said, "Ask and you shall receive."
No.
but
What we're
seriously.
saying is, what we're saying
can
is,
ask, innit?
okay, you can ask. What I'm saying is, okay.
They might not get that, but-
What I'm saying, okay, for example, pardon, you're dating someone, yes, you're a prayer warrior, but you may not be a prayer warrior right now. You may be a prayer warrior next year. Do you know what I mean? It comes, you know what I mean? So that if you're going to pray for that, make sure
Okay.
you're ready for the journey that comes with
I
it.
hear
There's
what
a journey
yeah.
with things.
Yeah.
So you're praying for the guy to come perfectly to you. He may not come perfectly to you.
Thank you.
Some of the building, you may have to help him get there.
Exactly.
So that's the point I'm making. You girls are wanting
Everybody
guys.
wants a ready-made product.
Exactly. We
That's
have
it.
girls setting these standards and this long list of things they want from a guy, and they want God to present the guy exactly like that to them right here on the plate. Where you need to put work in
and
sometimes.
I think also for
Please,
men looking at like wives that they have to come prepared like in an exact way. It's wrong. Husband, like I think from the definition of that word, when you talk about something like an husbandman or something, like you groom your wife, like you shape your wife into like what God would want them to be. So that's why, like, again, mirroring the Christ and the church, we are becoming more like Christ. Christ is helping us to become like the perfect bride for him. No, we didn't come ready made for Christ.
Exactly. Hey, preach.
We didn't come ready made for Christ, really.
Right.
Preach.
But that doesn't mean anybody outside there should go and be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. Nah, that's not what we're saying.
Oh, that's not what we're saying at all. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying don't say. Obviously, you can pray for a believer,
Yeah.
a person that loves God. That's fine, but if he comes and he's not walking up in the night going Rabaka, do you know what I mean? Like, it's okay, we can.
But he loves God.
Yeah, exactly. You know he loves God.
He loves
but
God.
we can work on it. We can get there. Do you know what I mean? Like,
he
there's
loves
room
God.
for improvement.
So you're
It's the
saying,
art.
you're
You know
not
he
saying
loves God.
As long as the person at least has that relationship
with God.
And
Yeah.
it's teachable.
Yes.
Teachable is very
Yeah.
important
Yes,
too.
yes,
Very important.
yes.
Because you have some people that they claim to love God, but you know that you tell them something. No, it's not possible.
You claim to love God.
Nah.
What's your relate? I'll go to church on Sunday.
Nah.
Just one final thing. I mean, I would just add one thing there in the sense of, B.O.B. always has an experience. And, I had an ex that we, as you guys were talking about having, that person that you think you want to marry and you set your goals there and voila, that's why you're praying with them and everything. And, I got to think that what if you guys don't end up getting married? You get me? Because I had an ex that it looked like everything was wonderful, but lining up with this checklist, they had a particular checklist, which there was one thing which I didn't fit in there.
That's so true.
Whereas
I would like to hear the one
at
thing.
the end of, but then I was fortunate enough to then find.
We want to hear the one thing now.
Now we want to hear the one
Don't
thing.
try and
You know
bypass
what?
it.
The person wanted a 6-foot abs kind of person.
Wow.
But at the time, and the person wanted a kind of style. You know what? The way the Lord answers my prayers.
Hey, come on.
Fast forward.
Stylish.
After
Stylish.
the
Okay.
Stylish. Man had like 5 outfits on Nations Day. Come on. Yes, stylish.
I met the right person and we were able to develop together.
Oh,
and it was
see?
that mindset of, as you said, teachability.
Thank you.
And are you-
God bless Chino.
My God.
You know
We
what?
serve.
But
Hey.
it's also, people have a checklist of this perfect person, but that perfect person that you want, that you're looking for, do you think they will see you as the perfect person as well?
Thank you,
Like,
my
if
brother.
you're desiring
Thank
something,
you.
are you ready to be that same person
Thank
that
you.
would attract that kind of
Amen.
person?
That's one of the
Exactly.
things. That's
But
one of the things about going into relationship also as well. You are praying for a good person. Check yourself. Am I good?
Exactly. But final thing that I'll say we should end this with is, what's one thing you wish you knew about dating or marriage when you were younger that would have helped you make a better decision? Now, I'm imagining that this would really help someone like, my homeboy here, Pardon, to really just make some sense. Like, what are those things, or one thing just especially that you know now that you wish you had taken on board earlier would have saved you a lot of a headache?
I think sit down with people that have gone ahead of you, really. Like, and don't just try to figure out things on your own. Like, I make friends with older people and just gain from their wisdom. Yeah. Even though personally, my wife was the first person I dated and we got married.
Wow.
So,
Amen. Okay.
I'm grateful to God for that.
Let's leave it here then. Hey, all right, you have done well.
Right, please share something that Pardon can use, because I think
you know-
Pardon has been through a lot.
Do you know what? I personally, I don't know. I don't think there is anything. I think what I'm experiencing in marriage is what I thought it would be. I didn't set any standard. Yeah, I didn't set unrealistic standards.
Yeah, but
so
what about from your dating like times as well? So like the build up to marriage, what would you advise?
So actually, before dating before Manny, I wasn't in Christ. So that kind of answers that question. So once I found God, it was, I kind of knew I was going to marry Manny. And I feel like God already gave me a picture of what Manny, like, I knew, I see, as in, I can see his potential already before he's even hit it. So
God. This is so emotional.
I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like there's not everything I'm experiencing. So people say they go into people go into marriage and they say, oh, we're going to marriage and we're going with a guy who, didn't pick up his boxes off the floor before and now he's still doing it and now you're getting mad. Everything, he snores, and yes, I knew it before marriage. He still snores now.
He more than snores, man.
He still snores now, but hey, we
squared.
move. Like, what can I do about it? Am I going to beat him for snoring? Do you know what I mean? I feel like everything I'm experiencing in marriage is kind of what I expected.
But as sort of, since you're married, but like for example, okay, I guess from the girls' point of view, like for the girls that might be watching or listening, what advice would you give young Christian girls, like when married or before they get married? What would you give them?
Okay, so 100% think pray for the partner that God's going to give you.
Pray for
them. I never say pray with them.
Then
Pray for them. Because I've always prayed for my husband. Maybe not physically going, oh, Father God. Obviously, I said I wasn't in Christ before. But maybe not physically. But the tongue is so powerful. So I've always known what I wanted from a marriage because I've seen a bad one. So I knew I wanted a good one.
Just one final thing before we'll probably wrap up. A question just popped up on the group chat.
Okay.
Should you marry a project?
what Project Mbappe?
Let's allow.
Okay, let's what do you say a project? Let's expand on that.
Do you man? There are people that there's some people that like to take on projects, as you say. That they'll see you that okay, maybe you're broken, or that they can see potential. And they're like, I want to build this person.
I think if that's what God has called you to do,
No, but
You have to really hear, bro.
I've got something.
to really
Can I ask something?
Go on.
As we said, most of these things here in like today, or as we're speaking, like we're kind of forgetting the aspect. I don't know if this might sound bad in it because this is Christian like podcast, but I want to ask: so, are we gonna ignore the like actual like physical attraction?
No, 100%.
Or like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
no. We're not gonna ignore
we're
that.
talking about like
We're
because
not-
you might be attracted to, let's say, a project, but she's beautiful, she's amazing, she's everything that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, but then she needs to work on her walk with Christ. I guess that's the project aspect, no? Is that what we're saying?
Well, you could use that as an example, but that one is a straight no, really.
No?
Because the Bible is clear about it.
So
Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers.
Okay.
Like if once she comes to the knowledge of Christ, no. Once she comes to the knowledge of
there's no
Christ, then
project
okay, yeah, maybe you can now consider.
No, but what
That's
Paul
what
is saying,
there's
that
no
what he's
project
saying
then.
is
We
low-key
can't.
true though, because when we're saying project, we're basically
Yeah,
looking at
that's it.
project as someone who's a non-believer.
Yeah.
How can you be a
that one is
believer
not even a project. That one is not even a project.
But I'm saying you can't.
That one's a no-go area.
Okay, are we looking?
They can be believable, but maybe they're new to Christ. What happens then?
Yeah, I don't think it's your job. I don't think it's your job to actually mentor them because number one.
Do you know what? I think I was a project.
The person in this case is a female, right? And when you're now building that kind of mentorship,
personally, I think I was a project. If I'm being honest,
you could actually pass it on to someone that you know that can guide them exactly. That
what
makes
we're
sense,
defining as projects, yeah. What if you went into dating this person but you didn't know they were a project? Like as you're getting to know them more, you realize that this person's actually a broken
Lord,
individual.
open my eyes.
Okay, when I say broken,
need to
obviously
see.
they're a believer. They're a believer, but they're also coming from a background where they're broken.
No, 100%.
So
It's
that
different.
are we classing that as a project? Because
Okay,
if that's the case, then I'm a project.
No, there are so many-
We need to end it here. Let the viewers comment on
Yes.
what they think.
What they think
A
a project
project
is.
On what you think
Yes.
a project is.
Exactly.
Comment on what you think
A project is.
project
What is a
project?
That, dating as a Christian, what does that
Not the one, not the one you did for your masters.
But disclaimer though, we are all projects, innit?
Low-key.
Well, yeah, true. If you want to look at it that way,
that's why I
if you
said
want to
if
look
that's
at it
the
that
case,
way.
I was
But
a
you know, some
project.
projects are difficult than others. So let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that.
Thanks, guys. I think it's been an incredible episode. Just exploring the topic. And please do leave your comments. I've really enjoyed shooting this one. Up next is we're exploring the topic of we're all tired but don't know why. We're looking at mental health in the church. We're looking at mental health around people and really just trying to explore that topic of why are we trying to be hard guys? When we should really be having this kind of conversations. So thanks, guys. Guys, just leave your final, punchlines for the viewers about today and what to look forward to next week.
Marry for the right reasons, not for sex.
Yeah,
and churches
100%.
start to teach your members from early on, what real sex is, please, so they don't go and learn from the streets.
My church, they tell us.
I think that pretty much sums it up. Like marry for the right reasons, to be honest. Yeah, there are various reasons why people get married. I get married because some people, they are lonely. That's why I don't. But marry for the right reasons. Understand. Check your why. Study the scriptures.
And from the single lads.
And before you leave, you can find me my Snapchat. My Instagram is pxldon. And Light and Guidance. And I'm looking to find the life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Wow, we said 30 minutes.
Bruh, you guys were having fun. You guys were having fun.